Third game of the day is on. It's a wrap for that. Man, interesting game, so to speak. But Hoya Blue takes the victory over On Point. Just what are your thoughts, real quick, on that?
Yeah, man, it was it was definitely some ebbs and flows to this game for sure. On Point started out fast. It looked like they was about to run Hoya Blue out the gym, but yeah, Hoya Blue kind of buckled down, and the game changed course. And On Point they never countered. After that it was pretty much all Hoya Blue with On Point just trying to play catch up. Um, it's in the beginning of the game, Hoy Blue was turning the ball over a lot, and that led to our On Point getting out in transition, getting some easy baskets, and they built a healthy lead to start. But once Hoy Blue settled down and started executing, was able to get in the half court, and then in turn able to set up their defense on the other end. They kind of took control of the game and was able to carry that all the way out for the victory.
Yeah, for me, it was I felt like once again On Point had them where they running early for most of the first half. I know Hoya Blue went on a run, at the half, but in the second half, I just felt like they got sloppy, man. Especially not getting back on defense. That was. I mean, Abdullah Bundu, who we want to talk about for Hoya Blue. I can't tell you how many points he scored just off running the floor hard. Like he literally just did this and he just running the floor and On Point guards not getting back, On Point bigs not running, not sprinting the floor. I know he played in the G League, played at Quinnipiac out of Largo. He just really outsmarted. He didn't really have to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Just take what was there, and that's running the floor in transition, getting smaller mismatches on the block, and he went to work there. And then obviously what Jay Heath was doing was perfectly running the team and getting his. You know what I mean? And that double dose ended up being something that On Point couldn't really handle. They couldn't get back in the game. And then it goes back to little things, man. And they didn't do none of the little things right in the second half, despite being in the game. Like they could have still won the game despite all that. Taking bad threes, missing so many layups. I mean, bro, just layup after layup, and then not getting back on defense. Simple things that any coach on any team demands off the top, and they didn't do that, and that's the reason why they lost. I just feel like once again the guard player Hoya Blue came down. I know he's gonna get the most of the praise, but I felt like Khalid Tate out of Virginia Union had moments. Um, they all shine and they control the game. They didn't force bad shots, and once again they went through boom boom, and then when he didn't have anything and he passed it back out, that's when they went to work. That was just the green light to go do what they needed to do because the offense is not flowing. They broke it down. They playing good defense, man. So, and, and that's not to say On Point didn't have any bright spots. I think Jordan Riley had a solid game. But he was one of the guys that his shot selection was questionable at times. Ian Martinez really impressed out of Maryland, man. His defense was ridiculous. I felt like he should have been more aggressive on offense. He left points on the board trying to just sit in with his team, but his defense, especially on Jay Heath, when they were trying to mount a quick comeback at the end of the game, and they actually had a chance to win it. His defense on Heath was big, man. He couldn't shake him off of him. He forced a couple turnovers, or he forced Heath to get the ball up. And that was huge, man, because Heath was well on his way to about 25, 30 points if he didn't play that level of defense. And Ryan Matumbo won't show up in the box score. I mean, it will, but it's in the box score, but it won't show up necessarily in the impact of the game. But he had a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds Countless blocks. I can't tell you how many blocks and even more he altered. The only negative with him is you got to keep the ball up high, man. He keep bringing that thing down low. Them guards. He had to have had about 4 or 5 turnovers just from that alone, man. So it hurts. He gave some of the points back that he got, man. Um, but with that being said, man, who's your player of the game?
I gave it to Jay Heath. Just his aggressiveness was big, and Hoya Blue being able to to come back and get back in the game. And he just kept his foot on the gas, until like you said, Ian Martinez late in the second half kind of turned off his water a little bit, but at that point the damage had already been done. On Point was pretty much fighting for their life at that point. It was like at the 7 minute mark. On Point called a timeout, and the coach kind of got into him, for all the things that you said, the little things, not getting back on defense, missing layups, and just not acting like they wanted to play. And Jay Heath saw that and took advantage of it. He got into the lane at will, finished, even though On Point had some bigs down there. He Jay Heath showed no fear, man. And that was a big reason why Hoy Blue was able to get the win.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Once again, he all around game 20, 21, 8 and 4. That's not a bad day at the office at all, man. Like I said, man, he did his damage fairly early. And then I felt like he just started running the team, getting guys involved. But I love the fact that he went down there and did the dirty work and got the ball. Because I think that's how On Point was kind of killing them in the first half. They weren't rebounding. Like On Point jumped on them early. I think they was up, 14-4 early or something like that. And then the starters got benched, including he. You know what I mean? Because the game's about to get away from them. But when they got back in the game, it was on from there, man. They kind of woke when they did wake up. Just like his all around impact, man. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he didn't force a lot of shots, man. Like a lot of cats when they got to go on, they try to go for the jugglers, try to get 30 or 35. But he kept everybody within the flow, running the team. I know Khalif Tate didn't quite have it offensively tonight like he did, like in other games and whatnot. And he just showed the all around threat that he is, man. And then the fact that he's willing to go in there and do what's necessary. And he was guarding Jordan Riley, his teammate. You know what I'm saying? He was the leading scorer for the other team, so that speaks volumes, man. But look, it's hard to say. It seems like guards are dominating this league this summer, and whichever guard quartet, so to speak, the set of guards on each team plays better, that team usually wins. It's going to be interesting to see how they flow moving forward, man. Um, moving forward, who's your X factor of the game?
Abdullah Bundu was X factor, man. He filled in the gaps perfectly for Hoya Blue. You pointed out just him running the floor, man. He was getting layups off On Point made baskets. As soon as the ball went through the net, he just took off and caught On Point sleeping, and they didn't get back, and they just outlet the ball, kicked it ahead to him. He's getting layups, and then his defensive presence. He's got experience. He's played at every level. And he just used his IQ and intellect. When he had a mismatch, he went to work. When he saw a way to slither in there, maybe get an offensive board, he did that. And he just like his performance today was definition of X factor because he did all the in between things that led to the win.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It was definitely a beautiful balloon. He's undersized to be a big, you know what I mean? But he's strong enough and athletic enough to get the job done. And and that's his strength. That's where he always has an advantage some way down there. Either they put a real big on him like a footer or something like that, and he has the quickness and speed advantage. If they try to match up with his height or something like that, then he can bully him on a block. And then as far as like he had a matchup with Matumbo. He's running the floor. Matumbo can't keep up with him with his foot speed. It's just easy, man. Like just sprint. And it sounds cliche, but every coach at every level teaches that big man to do that. Sprint basket to basket. Good things that happen. That's exactly what he did. He did the fundamental thing, and it paid off. He was 8 for 17 from the field, and probably 6 of those shots. were just him getting being found in transition by Jay He's a Tate or somebody like that, and him not missing. And he could have had more. You know, he missed a couple layups or whatnot. They got blocked or whatnot, but yeah, he was definitely that factor. They lost the game early in the second half by not running back and getting to him. And you know, for most teams, they that's unacceptable, man. So in a sense, they deserve to win. They did all the little things. He showed up, so a good win by Hoya Blue. A good comeback win actually by Hoya Blue. All right, but we're gonna get to this last game of the day. Right now, highlights.